Archangel Michael says, the moment this person laid eyes on you, something shifted in their spirit. They examined you not with casual glances, but with a depth that felt unsettling. Their gaze traveled from head to toe, and what they uncovered left them completely shaken. They thought they understood who you were, but what was revealed contradicted everything they believed. The aura around you carried a force that pierced through their assumptions. Their heart raced. Their hands trembled because the truth was far heavier than they imagined. This person never expected to witness the power hidden inside you. Every detail of your presence spoke of destiny, strength, and protection that could not be explained. They stepped back overwhelmed because what they saw was beyond their comprehension. From your silence to your movements, every part of you carried a mark that heaven itself had placed. It wasn't ordinary. It was chosen, divine, and undeniable. That is why they couldn't believe what they saw when they analyzed you completely. Type Amen to get blessing. 333. The fear in their eyes was not just fear of you, but of what was working through you. They realized that you carried something they could never destroy. Their jealousy grew stronger, but so did the shield protecting you. This person wanted to doubt, but the evidence was too powerful. They had no choice but to accept that you are not walking alone. Each step you take is covered by a presence that keeps exposing their hidden intentions. They had planned to break you down, to see you fall, but their plans began crumbling in silence. The more they stared at you, the more they understood the weight of divine authority standing with you. Their mouth could not even speak. Their thoughts collapsed under the truth. And so they stood frozen, unable to believe what their own eyes revealed. What they saw around you was not normal. It was the hand of heaven. That vision is what haunts them even now. Type Amen to get blessing. For 44, their heart knew they were dealing with someone untouchable. That's why their behavior changed the moment they realized what was truly inside you. They couldn't laugh. They couldn't pretend. Every lie they carried was exposed. Even when they tried to walk away, their spirit was trapped by what they had witnessed. It replayed in their mind like a warning, reminding them never to underestimate you again. They saw the fire in your destiny and it blinded them. They wanted to cover the truth, but it burned through every layer of disguise. No darkness could hide from the light shining through you. That is why their disbelief turned into silent fear. Still, they cannot stop watching you. Every move you make is analyzed. Every word you say is weighed because deep down they know your presence is not ordinary. Their jealousy is loud but their fear is louder. Type Amen to get blessing. 555. Archangel Michael says they were shocked because heaven marked you in a way no enemy can erase. They saw the seal, the glow, the undeniable covering. That is why they can't stop thinking about you even in silence. Your presence becomes their mirror, exposing what they lack. They can't match your strength. They can't match your favor. And they can't match your purpose. That's why they hide behind false smiles. But their eyes betray them. Every time they stare at you, the same disbelief rises again. They know you carry a future that will outshine their every plan against you. They wanted to destroy your peace, but instead your existence destroyed their illusions. What they saw from head to toe was not just you. It was the destiny you carry. Tip a men to get blessing. 666. Their spirit trembled because you reminded them of what they can never become. They tried to measure you with worldly standards, but heaven broke their logic apart. No calculation, no analysis could explain you. That is why they doubted their own mind. They questioned how someone like you carries so much grace and authority in silence. Their disbelief was a confession. They had never seen someone like you before. Even in their jealousy, they could not deny what they saw. It wasn't a trick. It wasn't an illusion. It was the truth standing before them. They know it and it terrifies them. The more they analyze, the more they lose control. The more they try to deny, the more reality forces them to accept you are chosen and nothing can change that. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Their fear only grew heavier after they walked away from you. They thought distance would calm their mind, but instead every detail of what they saw clung to them like a shadow. The memory of your presence followed them into their sleep, into their silence, into their thoughts. Even when surrounded by others, their eyes kept drifting back to you. They couldn't help but compare themselves, knowing they could never match what you carry. This realization left them restless, consumed by envy, yet chained by awe. Their disbelief became an obsession. They couldn't stop revisiting that moment, analyzing every gesture, every look, every detail. They wanted to convince themselves it wasn't real. But the truth kept confronting them. Each time they recalled your presence, something inside them broke further. The walls they built around themselves crumbled as they realized heaven had already decided your place. And their place was to watch it unfold without power to stop it. Type Amen to get blessing. 888. They tried to speak against you, but their words carried no weight. Each lie collapsed the moment it was spoken, as though the air itself refused to carry it forward. The authority around you silenced their tongue. Their heart burned with jealousy. Yet their spirit trembled at the reality. They thought they could weaken you, but instead they became weaker every time they tried. Their strength drained while yours multiplied. It became clear that what they saw was not something of this world. It was a mark, a force, a destiny that no one could strip away. That's why they could not believe their own eyes. Even when they laughed in front of others, the truth haunted them. The more they tried to hide their disbelief, the more it showed through their trembling spirit. No mask could cover what their eyes had already revealed. Type Amen to get blessing. 999. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the disbelief was a warning written across their face. They thought they had you figured out, but heaven never allowed them to see your fullness until that moment. And once they did, they realized they were standing before something unstoppable. Their mind raced, trying to find explanations that would ease their shock. But every answer only led to more fear, more awe, more surrender. They saw what others could not see, and it terrified them. This is why they can't look at you the same way again. Their heart knows the truth even if their mouth will never admit it. They've seen your covering and it will never leave their memory. From that day forward, their actions betrayed them. Every time they glance your way, the disbelief shows again, hidden in their nervous smiles and broken words. They can't hide from what heaven forced them to witness. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Their plans against you turned into ashes before they even began. They thought they had time, but the vision they saw destroyed their confidence. Now they know you are not someone to fight against. Every glance reminds them of their own weakness. Their spirit knows they've already lost before they tried. That's why their jealousy mixes with fear, keeping them restless. The more they analyze you, the less they understand. Each part of your being carries mysteries they can't unlock. It is not meant for them to know. It is only meant for you to walk in. And so their disbelief grows into silence. They dare not speak too loudly anymore because the truth they saw still lingers, burning them with every memory. You stand unshaken while they are crumbling. Type Amen to get blessing. 222. Their silence is no longer simple. It is heavy, filled with the weight of what they cannot erase. Every time their eyes meet yours, they remember that moment of shock. They try to smile, but their spirit betrays them with trembling. They are haunted by the truth their own vision revealed. Even when they sit alone, the memory of your aura surrounds them. It is as if heaven stamped the scene into their mind, never to fade. They wanted to believe it was just their imagination. But the more they think about it, the clearer it becomes that what they saw was real. The fear deepens because they know it cannot be undone. From head to toe, every detail spoke of a destiny no one can cancel. That is why they cannot relax. Why their heart pounds when your name is mentioned. Their disbelief turned into a permanent scar. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The jealousy they carry is poisoning them. They thought they could control the situation, but their spirit knows they have already lost. They can never stand against what they saw in you. Their eyes once filled with pride now hold confusion. They cannot understand why heaven chose you. This mystery eats at them day and night. Still, they keep watching you. They cannot look away even when they want to because something about you pulls them back. Their disbelief has turned into a chain binding them. They thought analyzing you would expose weakness, but instead it revealed unshakable strength. And now they are trapped in the reality that your destiny is far greater than theirs. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, this person's shock was not by accident. It was heaven's way of revealing your true covering. They were forced to see what others could not. That's why they fear you in silence. They know they cannot explain what they saw. No words could capture the power that surrounds you. That realization is what left them speechless. Their spirit was exposed by their own eyes. Every glance revealed their trembling. They wanted to deny, but their vision betrayed them. And now they are restless in every moment. The disbelief that struck them once continues to grow like a storm inside their soul. They cannot find peace. Type Amen to get blessing. 555. They thought their power over you was secure. But the truth revealed itself in your presence, stripping away their confidence. Now they walk in fear of what they saw. Every move you make reminds them of the vision. They can't forget the authority that wrapped itself around you like fire. It burns them every time they recall it. Their disbelief is not fading. It is growing. It keeps turning into obsession, pulling them back to analyze you again. They cannot escape what they witnessed. And as they analyze further, they lose more of themselves. They are consumed by the reality that you are untouchable. That is the truth they cannot believe but cannot deny. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They tried to bury the memory deep inside, but the vision kept resurfacing like a storm that never ends. Their spirit trembled each time they recalled what they saw in you. It was not just appearance. It was destiny shining too bright to deny. Every gesture you made carried weight they couldn't comprehend. They realized that nothing about you was ordinary. Their disbelief turned into fear because they knew they had underestimated you. In silence they watch, unable to control the shaking of their heart. Their mind races, but no answers come, only more questions they dare not speak aloud. What they saw was a truth they cannot share, but also cannot forget. The strength in your presence was undeniable. From the way you stand to the way you breathe, everything carries a mark of purpose. And that is why their disbelief will never let them rest. Type Amen to get blessing. 777. They thought power belonged to them, but heaven revealed otherwise. Their pride shattered in a single glance. They were forced to admit that you walk with something beyond this world. Now their steps are weaker, their confidence broken. They cannot hold your gaze without trembling. They know their eyes once betrayed them, revealing the truth they cannot unsee. Even in gatherings, their spirit avoids yours. They hide behind shallow smiles, but inside their disbelief is still alive. It grows louder, whispering that you are untouchable. They wanted to expose you, but instead their own spirit was exposed. What they saw in you stripped away their false strength and revealed their emptiness. Type Amen to get blessing. 888. Archangel Michael says, the revelation they saw was designed to silence their schemes. They planned to rise against you, but heaven opened their eyes too soon. Now they know every attempt will collapse before it begins. They analyze you again and again, hoping to find weakness. But the more they search, the stronger your covering becomes in their sight. Their disbelief grows into torment. Your presence becomes a mirror of their failure. They see in you everything they can never reach. That's why their eyes hold bitterness each time they look your way. Yet no matter how much they try, they cannot escape the memory. It follows them, burns them, breaks them. Their disbelief is now their punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They walk carefully now, afraid to cross paths with your destiny again. Their heart knows the cost of fighting what they saw. That's why they avoid direct confrontation, but jealousy pushes them back toward you. They cannot stop circling, watching, analyzing. It is as if they are chained to your light. Their disbelief whispers in their ear, reminding them that you are different. No matter how much they try to explain it away, the truth returns. You carry what they cannot touch. Their spirit bows even if their pride resists. They know what they saw was not of this world, and it terrifies them more each day. Type Amen to get blessing. 111. Their nights are no longer peaceful because of what they saw. The image of you standing in strength replays in their mind like a haunting vision. They cannot shake it off. No matter how hard they try. Each time they close their eyes, your presence returns. It is as if heaven branded their memory with a picture they cannot erase. That disbelief now follows them everywhere they go. Even when they laugh in public, their heart is restless. They know they are only pretending because deep inside their spirit still trembles. The weight of what they saw continues to grow heavier. Their disbelief has become their prison. They thought they could control their reaction, but their spirit has already surrendered to the truth. That truth is that you are chosen and nothing can stand against you. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They never wanted to admit how powerful you are, but now their silence speaks louder than words. Each glance, each breath reveals the fear they carry. Their jealousy eats away at them, but they cannot confront you directly. The force they saw when they analyzed you keeps them chained in hesitation. They are too afraid to act. They wish they had never seen it, but heaven wanted them to. That sight was meant to strip away their false strength. It was meant to show them who you really are. Their disbelief is not weakness alone. It is also confession. They cannot deny the divine presence that surrounds you. Their spirit knows even if their mouth never says it. Type Amen to get blessing. 333. Archangel Michael says their fear is a sign of their defeat. The moment their eyes opened to the truth, they lost all control. They are no longer the same because of what they witnessed. They may try to rise again, but the vision will always stop them. It will remind them of the shield around you, a shield they cannot break. That is why they step back in silence. Their heart longs for power, but their spirit knows it has slipped away. The more they analyze you, the more powerless they feel. It is the weight of destiny crushing their pride. Now they live in a state of disbelief and fear combined. Every time they think of you, the truth presses harder and they crumble again. Their shock will never end. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They thought you were vulnerable, but heaven revealed otherwise. They wanted to see weakness, but instead they saw authority. That is why they trembled the way they did. The more they watch you, the more they realize their plans are impossible. No trap can hold you. No weapon can touch you. You are guarded by something they cannot understand. Their disbelief grew into torment. It is no longer just surprise. It is punishment for ever doubting you. They carry the weight of that moment like a chain. Their spirit knows the truth and their heart fears it. You are covered. You are chosen, and that will never change. They cannot believe it, but they cannot escape it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They tried to convince themselves it was nothing, but the memory was too sharp. The way your presence shook them was not something they could brush aside. Their heart beats differently now whenever they are near you. Every glance they take is cautious, as though they are afraid of seeing that truth again. They fear what their spirit already knows. Yet they cannot stop watching. Their disbelief has turned into a silent obsession. Their mind replays that moment when they analyzed you from head to toe. They saw things they didn't expect. Strength, authority, and light surrounding you. And the more they replay it, the more fear grows. Even when they pretend to ignore you, their spirit is locked on you. Their thoughts are trapped, unable to move away. Their disbelief binds them like invisible chains. Type Amen to get blessing. 666. They wanted to expose you, but instead they exposed themselves. Their jealousy revealed their weakness, and their fear revealed the truth. They can never return to who they were before that moment. Now each time they see you, their pride slips away. They cannot stand tall in your presence anymore. Their spirit bows, even if their face hides it. Their disbelief was not just about what they saw in you. It was about what they saw in themselves. They realized they are far smaller than they thought. That reality broke them silently. The weight of destiny pressed down on them in that moment. They felt powerless. And that feeling will never leave. It will keep growing every time their eyes meet yours. Type Amen to get blessing. 777. Archangel Michael says, Heaven allowed them to see so they would never underestimate you again. They thought you were unguarded, but heaven showed them otherwise. Now their fear is a permanent reminder. They saw what others cannot see. The covering, the light, the fire of protection. It was not just physical, it was spiritual. That's why their disbelief turned into trembling. They knew instantly they had crossed a line. Their thoughts of jealousy turned into thoughts of fear. What they saw warned them to stop. But even now, their envy doesn't let them rest. They are torn between fear and jealousy, trapped in disbelief. That torment eats away at them in silence. Type Amen to get blessing. 888. Their life has not been the same since that moment. Every step they take feels unstable. They cannot walk with confidence anymore because the truth shook them deeply. They thought they had power over you, but what they saw proved otherwise. It left them broken, uncertain, and weak. Their disbelief crushed their pride. Now their disbelief may have started in shock, but now it has matured into surrender. Deep down they know they cannot fight destiny. They know you are untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They hide their true emotions in front of others, but when they are alone, the truth eats at them. The memory of analyzing you from head to toe left a mark that refuses to fade. Their heart races every time they replay what their eyes revealed. They wanted to see weakness in you, but all they found was unshakable strength. That strength crushed their confidence and left them trembling in silence. Their disbelief has grown into fear that they cannot explain. Even when they smile at you, their eyes give away the truth. They cannot look too long without remembering the fire they saw surrounding you. That fire burned through every mask they tried to wear. Their disbelief is not fading. It is spreading. Every time they see you again, the weight grows heavier. Their spirit knows what their pride refuses to admit. You are chosen. Type Amen to get blessing. 111. They thought time would help them forget, but instead time has made it worse. The longer they wait, the stronger the memory becomes. It is as if heaven wants them to remember endlessly. Their jealousy mixes with confusion. They don't understand why they are drawn back to you again and again. Their spirit is chained to the truth they saw. Each time they close their eyes, they see your presence standing firm. They try to escape the vision, but it hunts them in silence. Their disbelief keeps them from finding peace. They thought they were analyzing you, but in truth, heaven was analyzing them. What they saw in you exposed who they really are. That realization broke them from the inside. Type Amen to get blessing. 222. Archangel Michael says, their disbelief is a prophecy. It is proof that heaven has already revealed your covering to them. They cannot deny what they saw. No matter how much they try, they looked at you with doubt, but heaven forced their eyes to open wider. That moment showed them you are untouchable. They cannot erase that revelation. Their words may still carry pride, but their heart no longer believes in it. Each beat of their heart reminds them of the truth they witnessed. Their spirit has already surrendered. This disbelief is not weakness alone. It is a sign of their defeat. They saw your strength and now they can never unsee it. That is why they tremble every time you appear. Type Amen to get blessing. 333. They live in fear of being exposed by their own reaction. They try to hide their trembling, but their body betrays them. The disbelief still shows through their movements. Every day they grow more restless. They cannot focus because their mind drifts back to the moment their eyes betrayed them. Their spirit is unsettled forever. Their disbelief grows heavier each time they watch you rise. The more you shine, the more their envy burns. But their fear silences them. They are trapped in their own torment. Now they walk carefully knowing heaven has already revealed your protection. They dare not step too far because the vision they saw remains like a warning. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They cannot escape you no matter how hard they try. Their spirit is tied to that one moment when they saw the truth. That is why they still analyze you in silence. Every detail of you reminds them of what they cannot touch. They are haunted by the strength that covered you from head to toe. It is carved into their memory. They thought disbelief would fade into forgetfulness. But instead, disbelief became obsession and obsession became fear. They are chained to the truth forever. Their jealousy once made them bold, but now their disbelief makes them silent. They cannot fight what they saw because it was greater than them. Type Amen to get blessing.